All right. So, okay, we are going to finish up. So last week we started on managing the 5 types of hunger, and we talked about physical and sense. So just a quick review. Physical is obviously you physically feeling hungry, hunger pangs, growling stomach, low energy. You physically want and need food. And it's a gradual like thing that happens with your body. The sense, that was like, I smell pizza, I hear popcorn, I feel warm bread as I'm passing it to someone else. And then that sparks something in you that says, I want that food. And that's an immediate. And most of these other ones are more immediate. I think she classified them as urgent. And just so you know, so Alana did a whole series of videos on this. They are in the monthly mindset. I didn't look to see if they're in the regular mindset. They could be because they are a little bit older. So they could be in the regular mindset information also. And their title is Managing the 5 Types of Hunger. So first we're going to talk about mind hunger. And this was a little bit, I don't know, like abstract for me. But basically, this is a hunger that you're basing off maybe old thoughts. So if you were a calorie counter and you missed breakfast, so then you're like, well, I need to have those calories later in the day. Okay. But what she's saying is you could just eat so you missed your breakfast, but you eat normally. And maybe by the time you get to dinner, you don't feel like you need those calories. Does that make sense? But maybe a mind hunger would tell you, I've got to put those in because this is what the rules were, or this is the rules I'm adhering to. And she's saying, are you actually really hungry? Do you actually want, do you crave more food, need more food, or is this just going to a set of rules that you think you should be adhering to? And that's kind of also along the lines of, I think like I exercise today, so I get to eat a little bit more, or treat yourself because I did a double workout, which I am totally not a subscriber to. Your food and your exercise in my mind are separate things. Like you should just have good nutrition and you should just move your body. And obviously you pair those things on a general plan so that things are working out and synchronizing. But just because you did something extra doesn't necessarily mean that you should binge in some way on the nutrition side. Okay. So, and then she said, but sometimes these mindful hunger can be helpful. Like for instance, and this was where I kind of lost the connection of how she connected it to mind hunger. But basically she's saying, like, if you're going to go to a party later, or you're going to meal prep, eat a little bit before so that you don't meal prep hungry and eat a bunch while you're meal prepping, or go to the party and binge on whatever's there, eat a little before so you're more in control of what's happening at the party. Does that make sense? And to me, it didn't quite have the same thing as the rules. Oh, hopefully I don't freeze up here.
Yeah, it's kind of like don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So she just said, basically like when you're entering into a nutrition plan, so whatever rules you had in the past, when you're starting on a new nutrition plan, to be mindset, ultimate portion fix, just go with those rules. Try to leave behind whatever you thought had to happen, right? Because there are things that you may be bringing in that aren't helpful with your new plan. And you just need to trust that process and get into it, use it, and see how you're doing on it. That's why you're tracking so many things. You're tracking how you feel. You're tracking how things are going. You can track your weight. You can track your size, all of those things. And that's going to be your indicator. Because I think sometimes we kind of come with those old rules and then try to change it. And then we're like, well, why is it not working? But maybe you're not actually doing the plan because you're introducing these new rules, the old rules that you have in your head. Okay. All right, let's go to emotional hunger. So this is a big one, right? So she categorized these in 3 different areas. One is the fear of the unknown. So maybe you have some stressful things happening and it's unknown to you, and you may find that eating's your comfort because you do control it. in this uncontrollable mindset you have going on. Like something is kind of looming out there. And I know that happened so much over the last year. Everybody was wondering what's going to happen with, you know, my health, the economy, the world, you know, over the last year. And there was a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of people turned to food during that time for a comfort level. So that's one example of emotional hunger. Elevated eating. So this is like, it's your birthday, right? So you're going to a party. And so that's a time when we tend to eat more because we feel it will enhance the celebration. Maybe it's a family dinner, something where it's out of the ordinary and you're elevating your celebration. So you may eat more during that time. And then the last one she talked about was self-sabotage. So, and I know I am 1000% guilty of this one. Maybe you're getting close to your goal. That I don't know that was my self-sabotage, and then you decide to just eat it. Mine was more like, well, I just had that donut, so today's done, right? I'm just gonna go for it the rest of the day. Oh, do I keep freezing? Sorry. Is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your connection's not good.
It's not great. Yeah.
You're frozen again.
Good lately. So, this self-sabotage is about, you know, just letting.
At least she looks good while she's frozen.
Oh. Thank you.
Can you turn your camera off? That might help.
Oh, I could. Yeah, let's try it. See if that'll help. Let me know. You can write it in the chat too. Let me know if that'll help. So in the self-sabotage, you know, you could have a.
You're frozen and no voice.
Oh, really?
Oh no, I need this. The emotional eating is dead. I'm gonna go eat something now.
Darn it. Okay, well, hopefully I come back pretty soon here.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So basically we'll go back to self-sabotage. And that's one of those things where maybe you've like had a poor meal, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, where you just binged or had a bunch of something. And so then you're like, you know, that's it. I'm just gonna, I'm done. It's not working. Or I'm just gonna, what's the point of continuing on, right? And that can happen too if you're following your plan and you feel like you're not getting to the result you want. That's a big one, right? Like maybe you're like, I am eating all the vegetables, I am eating all the fruit, but why am I not at this weight? Or why am I not at this size? And so that's another time when people are like, what's the point? I'm just gonna stop doing it. So I will say this weight loss and fitness journey is never in the shape you want it to be, and it's never as fast as you want it to be, but it is working. There's different things at play that work at different times, and there's sometimes you have to tweak your plan a little bit, or you have to look at maybe some of the foods you're eating, or some of the measurements you're using, or whatever it is. But you know, as you continue to learn, you can continue to modify it and then see better results. All right, so and she also talked about this with the elevated eating. So if you know you're gonna go to a celebration or something, maybe have either plan for it in what you've eaten during the day, or, you know, have a little something before you go so you're not feeling too bingy there. And then I'm gonna add my own little advice here. It's okay to not partake. Like, you know, like there have been plenty of times where we have gone out in a social situation and everybody's drinking and eating. And it's, if you don't want to, it's okay to not do it, right? And sometimes that's a hard feeling because you're like, well, what are my friends gonna think, or how is this gonna work? But honestly, I think most people will respect the fact that you know what you want, because we're, you know, a lot of times people are just following along to follow along. And I know for myself, I don't want to feel over full or miserable because of the choices I made. I'd rather be engaged with my friends or in the conversation than feeling gross because of whatever I decided to eat, or, you know what I mean? Just feeling overstuffed and uncomfortable. So that's my 2 cents in there. How's it coming through? Pretty good?
Yeah, we
Good
can hear you.
picture.
Should we try the video again or no? I feel weird talking to my box.
Try it. Try that, see if it works.
All right, here I am. Yay. Okay.
Hey,
Yay!
welcome back.
So good. So good to see everybody. So then the last one is sleep deprivation hunger. And this one is so real for me. I like even just missing an hour of sleep, I am like Miss Craver about everything the next day. Like I notice it really quickly if I haven't had enough sleep. And there are physiological reasons this happen. Your body can do less of the hormone that tells you you're satisfied, more of the hormone that tells you you're hungry. And there are scientific studies that say you do tend to crave carbs more on those sleep deprived days. And that's just carb is the quick energy for your body. So it's like I know I can get a boost from a carb. It just knows. It's smart. Your body's smart. So on those days, she recommends, well, one, let's talk about sleep. That you need to fix, right? So that is the main, the way to fix this in general. So you can do things like meditation at night. If you're chronically having a hard time sleeping, moving during the day does help you sleep better at night. Autumn now has those controlled stretches, and for evening time, I admit I only did like maybe 4 of them through the program, but that's something that can also help. Some nighttime yoga, some nighttime stretching, and then turning those devices off, an hour before bed, making sure that you don't have notifications dinging on your phone through the night. It was funny, my son just the other day, I talk to them about this all the time, but they're getting old and they know everything. So he told me the other day, he's like, well, I woke up because my phone went off and the light turns on. And I'm like, you can just turn your phone over, right? So no light happens during the night. And he's like, oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. So it's things like that just try to make and then the last one more piece, going to sleep at the same time every night. This one is a big one for me because like on the weekends, I would try to stay up later. I always regret it by Sunday. I'm just like, I am not feeling right. So keeping that same kind of bedtime is really helpful in then getting a good sleep progression. And so then she says, okay, so say you're sleep deprived on your next day and you're just really feeling it. Try to have the FFC carbs, right? The fiber-filled carbs, so that the carbs you are eating do help keep you full. They do have nutrients. So not the silly carbs, like the potato chips and the quick fixes, whatever, sitting around there, the sweets. And I'll add in more water and veggies. So that way you can kind of still get more food in, but it's not quite as impactful as some silly carbs. All right, so those are the 3. Do you guys have any questions about those?
I don't have a question, but I do have a phone tip at night because I have been noticing over the past probably like the past month, that at night my phone was just out of control. And so I started looking into ways to minimize it and turning off the notifications, like having my phone go to a do not disturb at a certain hour. But also the one thing that I'm sure a lot of us struggle with, I know I do especially, is it's so enticing because it's so vibrant in all of the colors that just come across your social media feed. Like it just never stops. So what I do at night is I actually turn my phone to a grayscale. And so if you have an iPhone, you can turn it to a grayscale. So if you see it's all gray on my phone, it's not that interesting because it's just a grayscale, and you can do it through the settings. But what I did is I went a step further because I know how painful it is for me to have to go into the settings and put the grayscale on my phone every evening. And I wanted to reduce the barrier and the excuses of doing it. So I set it up as a shortcut on my phone. And so now if I click the right button on my iPhone 3 times, it changes the phone from the colors to a grayscale.
Oh, that's a great tip. I never even thought about that. That's awesome.
Every-
Yeah. So then when you're scrolling through whatever social media, it's just not that interesting because you can't see any colors. It's just black and white. You're like, oh, that's pretty lame. And so I've noticed that I'm just not that interested in it, and I just put it down. And so that's been actually probably the biggest thing that's helped me to like not be on my phone as I'm trying to wind down for the evening.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Does anybody shut their phone off at night? I do.
I don't shut it off totally,
I
but
can't.
No, I can't either.
yeah, I don't have anything that makes any kind of noise or sound or anything. But I do shut off the Wi-Fi for the kids. So all their devices go blank at a certain time. I might start
Ours,
doing that for
ours shut off automatically.
Yeah,
I
maybe-
shut it off. at
maybe I need to control it for myself too.
Mhm.
I have found that I really like the nighttime meditation, the go to sleep one. And so
Mm.
I have found that I can't get on Facebook or Instagram if I'm trying to listen to the meditation. So
Yeah.
I'll turn it on and then turn my phone upside down and it'll play and it'll put me to sleep, basically. And so-
That's a good idea, because see, I did it and I loved it and I passed out while I'm listening to it, but I had my AirPods in, and then I'm like, well, now I have to wake up to take my AirPods out, and now I'm back awake again. So that's a good idea. I'll just shut it down and have it low enough where it's right next to me.
yeah. Well, when we were traveling in the RV, I made everybody listen to it.
I like it.
That's a good idea.
Sorry.
So that
Sorry.
everybody goes to sleep.
Mom's listening to it, so you're all gonna listen to it.
Everybody
too.
down.
It's
Yeah.
camp meditation.
They make sleep masks that have like, they don't go into your ears so it's not uncomfortable, but it has like earphones, and it's a total blackout mask, and it's probably one of my favorite things. So I'll just like put it on and listen to my meditation and go to bed so nobody else can hear it.
Oh,
Ooh,
good idea.
I might
Yeah.
need that link.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'll drop the Amazon link in the group for everybody.
Perfect.
there you go.
We just need like an Amazon suggestion page, like for
Exactly.
everything.
Like a group wish list.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
We'll put our leggings on there.
Mhm.
Yes. Yep. Yes. I found a really cool pair of striped leggings for next
You
week.
did?
That's what I'm
On
looking
Amazon?
for.
They're American flag actually. So they're the
Oh.
stripes from the flag, and then the
Yeah.
stars go down the other leg. So I was
Did
like,
you see
oh,
those on Amazon, Lily? Because I think I saw those.
oh yeah, yeah, they're Amazon, of
I
course. I don't buy
everything's
them anywhere
Amazon.
else.
Me neither, because I get it using Georgia's points.
I need to, how do you get points
Yeah,
on Amazon?
$13 or something. I was like, that's perfect.
that is perfect. Oh, so I'll tell you
You're the
another
Amex.
time.
Okay, you let me know how you do
Yeah.
because
Yeah, we can chat offline.
I need to figure
Yeah,
out
I'll
if I
tell
can
you.
get more points, because I might be a frequent shopper.
I will.
All right, so now we can start into labels, and I know Kim's got a salad a recipe she wants to go through. So I don't know how many people brought labels. Put a hand up.
I have one.
Okay.
Yep.
We're meeting.
All right, Robin, you want to go first?
Oh, I gotta find it because I had it last week and let me look
Who's
for
ready
it.
then? Do you have your recipe?
You're muted, Kim.
Yep, let me just pull it up.
Perfect. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the name of the salad.
The flat belly salad.
Yes, that
Oh,
drives
yeah, I,
very diet
Mhm.
culture. I don't like it.
yeah.
We
It looks good though.
My internet's stalling. All right. Ah. Well, maybe if somebody has one before me, I'm still.
All right, maybe Lily's ready.
Are you, I have
Go
a
ahead,
label as well. Oh, okay. So I didn't bring it with me because I'm traveling. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Any Costco purchasers, this is buffalo dip.
Okay. Is it
I'm
like
trying to
hummus?
make it, yeah, it's very similar to hummus. It says plant-based buffalo style dip. So that's what it looks like. And it's in the same type of container as hummus would be. So the actual ingredients, let me get it. It's cauliflower, carrots, red bell peppers, hot sauce, distilled vinegar, salt, granulated garlic, almonds, almond butter, lime juice, red onions, cilantro, garlic, sea salt, and chia protein.
Sounds
So
good.
then 3 grams, it's really tasty. So 40 calories. Hold on, my pictures. Okay, 2 tablespoons, 40 calories per serving, 3 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 1 fiber, 1 sugar, and 2 grams of protein.
Yeah. So you're probably
So
blue, but maybe you can eat some more. Because you're still,
yeah,
like-
it's kind of
yeah, that's kind of a toss up because it's the biggest macro would be the fat still.
but it's quite tasty. So regardless, just to dip something in or like veggies or whatever, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and all
So,
ingredients you could
That's
read.
what I have.
So they're all
Dang it, I was just at Costco.
It's like
I know, right?
veggies and veggies, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Isn't
Peanut butter was interesting though.
yeah,
You
I'm
said,
almond,
sorry,
you said
Yeah.
peanut butter or almond butter?
almond butter.
almond?
almonds and almond butter.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just saw it at Costco the other day, so I bought it, and it's actually quite tasty.
Sounds like a good option for the
Now I
veggies.
have to go back to Costco.
I
Yeah,
do you
Lily,
want me to message it to you so you can see what.
I
I
heard
was just there.
I heard there are the weight sets in Washington State too.
I didn't even go near them. I got my weights. I'm good.
Yeah, I've got
But
weights
yes,
too,
for
but I know
199 bucks.
looking. Yeah.
Yeah. You ready, Kim or Robin?
What are the weight sets? Tell me about this. I've got my own weights, but I'm interested, and I'm not a Costco member, but I can get in there.
I can show you. This is like from 2 years ago. So I
Yeah,
from 10s to 30s. And it was $199, but they basically have that same set now for $299.
but it's only to 30.
It's
Yeah.
only to 30.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it comes.
I need to invest in the Bowflex that go up like over 50 because my husband has maxed out at 52 and a half, and I need to give him heavier weights to be lifting around, and those things are really expensive.
They are. Yeah, when you get into those bigger weights, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, and I may as well just go Bowflex then. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, because if you're going in 5 or 10 increments, yeah.
Right,
If
exactly.
you find a gym that's going out of business, sometimes you can get weights.
Hmm.
I was in a gym that actually closed and they were throwing out all the dumbbells and I picked them all up.
Wow, that's like gold from the beginning.
Yeah,
of the-
That's like Bitcoin right now.
right. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right, Robin, did you say you're ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Perfect.
So when I went to Florida and we flew, we didn't have any lunch. So we got down there. We ate at the gas station.
Okay. All right, let's see what you found.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, I know. So I had an RX bar. Can you see it?
Yep.
And a banana.
Those sound like
So-
good choices so far.
So I forget what my husband had, but anyways. So it's one bar. It's 210 calories, 7 grams of fat, 1 saturated, 6 trans, no cholesterol, 140 sodium, 24 carbs, 4 fiber, 15 sugars, no added sugars, and 12 protein. So it's made of dates, egg whites, almonds, cashews, blueberries, natural flavors. That's it.
Yeah, I mean it's probably like a red, a half a yellow, and a teaspoon, or maybe, you know, somewhere around there, because it's a little more than a beach bar, but it also has a little more protein. So you're probably, you know, one red, half a yellow, maybe, and then teaspoon for the fat content. I mean, that's better than, you know, a straight Snickers, and they tend
Yeah.
to use real ingredients in their bars. You know, it's not like they're using powdered things or, you know,
Right.
part foods.
It wasn't, and it didn't taste bad either. Sometimes I'll pick up like a random bar. I had seen this before at the local store and I had tried a different flavor, but I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, oh, what's this crap? I'm like, oh, I'll just try it, see what it tastes like, because usually they taste like crap.
Right.
So I was like, oh, and it didn't taste bad. And then I was like, well, I've tried this before. And then I really looked at the ingredients and I was like, oh, well, it's not too bad. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this to the group and see. So.
Yeah, not too bad at all. I mean, that's pretty good for on the fly in a gas station.
At the gas station.
So I have a question about that. So it sounds like the sugar is coming from the dates. Is that correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're
So
really
would that be right? So would that be a healthier sugar versus the sugar that you would find in a Snicker bar?
I mean, yes, because it's got fiber with it. And it's probably a lower glycemic, you know, for sugar entering your blood system, but it is still a sugar, right? So like, you know,
right.
If you're like, if sugar is an issue, that would still be something you'd want to limit, so that, because sugar kind of makes you crave more sugar, but it tends to be the more whole foods you're eating and the more other things you're eating, the more that craving goes away.
I guess that's fructose instead of sucrose when it comes from fruit, right?
Right. Correct. Yep.
So it's healthier.
Well, yes, and it's healthier because it's with a fiber.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
because it doesn't enter your bloodstream as a shot. That's why like high fructose corn syrup is considered, you know, like people are, it's like it gets into your bloodstream immediately versus like a fruit where it has to take time to break down, and the sugar comes with the fiber and your body's breaking it down as it goes. So it's not just entering to give you a hit. Like if you're juicing, you're getting a quick hit of all the sugars that are in those fruits, and that's not great. So like we can talk about juice another time, but it is not great.
Oh, well, it's better to eat the whole fruit.
Absolutely. Always
because of the fiber.
the whole food and not dehydrated. Full hydration is the best way, just because you're getting then water, you're getting full fiber, and you're getting more full. So you're going to feel more satisfied off that one piece of fruit versus a dried option or something else where you may eat more. All right, Kim, here's your recipe up. All right, let's hear this flat belly salad.
Let's see. So for the salad part, it's got, you know, your mixed greens, artichoke hearts, chickpeas, avocado, hard-boiled eggs. And for the dressing, it has apple cider vinegar, whole grain mustard, minced shallot, salt and pepper, and olive oil. So when it breaks down, they have all the information broke down by nutritional facts by serving. So 2 cups of the salad with the dressing would be 390 calories, 13 grams of protein, 29.5 carbs, 11.9 dietary fiber. Sugar is only 1.6. Fat is 25 grams.
That's the avocado.
I don't know what else. That's probably, I don't know it's got magnesium and sodium levels and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think we need any more
Yeah.
of that. So would you consider that a healthy salad?
Yeah, I mean, it
It
sounds
has a lot of fat in it.
the reason they're probably calling it a flat belly salad is apple cider vinegar. That tends to be something people are kind of all about with associating flat bellies now, and weight loss. And I don't know that there's been a study that really proves anything. I think it's more so that you might be helping your gut health with having some fermented products going through your system, but I haven't read anything that says, that apple cider vinegar is, equivalent, like for sure helpful in that realm. I think it's kind of an outlier.
It says this is healthy for weight loss because it has a good balance of fiber, protein, and healthy fats.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
With the
satiated
apple cider
with the
vinegar.
avocado. Yeah, so like this is kind of like how keto and low carb work is if you're putting in healthy fats, you'll feel satiated with those healthy fats so that you're not necessarily adding in other calories. You do have to eat a lower volume of food because fat is more dense and like that tends to be in foods that are more dense, right? So you're not necessarily having the volume, but that's where you add the veggies in, right? Because then you can still get some volume with the fat. I mean, it sounds like a very good salad. The dressing seemed totally fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not like to me, it's not any different than other salads necessarily, or, like what To Be Mindset talks about with accessories and, things like that. It's not like there's something super special in there. Does that make sense?
No, I mean, I've seen avocado on the flat belly list of foods to eat for flat belly for whatever reason, but I haven't checked the other ingredients against it. But
Yeah.
no, I posted in my group and I was like, am I a liar? Is this one of those salads that's really not good for you? And I'm saying it is. I just wanted to vet it a little bit.
It's nutritional. The flat belly comes from a calorie deficit and your genetics and consistency over time. So,
yeah, you can't have one salad and get a flat belly,
or even eating it for a month.
Kim, you'd be rich.
Clearly, yeah. That's why I didn't like the name, but it's a good sounding salad. And throw a little chicken on there, you get a complete meal. Of course, that had eggs in it, so then you already got protein.
Eggs and chickpeas.
Perfect.
And
yep, you're all set then. You'll have some protein and be all set.
Thanks.
How would you count that in containers, Dina?
Oh gosh, that's a tricky one. I mean, 2 cups is probably 2 cups of mostly green, but so maybe it's like it's like 1.5 green. I'm sure there's probably a yellow worth in there, depending on how many chickpeas are in it. I'm not sure. And then you'd have some protein, so maybe it's like half yellow, half red. You'd have orange for dressing.
in terms of they've got some exchanges. I don't know what program that's from, exchanges. But it says 4.5 fat, 3 vegetable, half lean protein, half medium fat protein, half starch. I don't know what those
starch
mean.
is going to be the yellow. I mean, I'd say it's probably close to that, like a half yellow, half red, and then maybe
The avocado would be blue, right?
it would be blue. And then
It's like 4 blues.
Yeah,
Like half your container count there.
yeah.
2 days of blues, but that's okay.
2 days of blues.
Those darn blues. Can't we get 10 of
Those
them?
darn blues, they're so limited and they have all the food that you want to eat.
I know.
The avocado, the nuts, the hummus, everything's in there. The cheese, you can only have 1 a day.
It's all the good stuff.
That's why you can only have 1 a day. It's all the good stuff.
All right. Is
All
there,
right, well,
oh yeah, Lily, go
I
ahead.
have my, oh yeah. So I love ginger beer. So I have 3 different kinds here for you. I love ginger beer, but I hate the full calorie of it. When you get like this kind that has the full calorie, this is a diet actually. So, and it has a bunch of stuff that I don't know how to say. And it also has sucralose in it because it does have 5 added sugars, but it's 20.
Is that an alcohol drink or is it it's a
No, so it's just ginger beer. It's not actually beer,
a
but
root beer?
it's just
Oh.
ginger flavored basically. Like
Oh,
carbonated,
gotcha.
yeah, it's like carbonated water, but they call it ginger beer.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes, I add alcohol to mine. So of course. So so I usually add a shot to this. So this is 25 calories for this bottle, and it has 0 fat, it has 6 carbs, 5 sugars, and 0 protein. And so
How do you count that alcohol, Lily?
it's a yellow. It's a yellow for me. I don't tend to eat a lot of heavy yellows. So for me, I'll have a tortilla or maybe some brown rice or something like that, or a sweet potato for my yellows. I don't eat like white bread a lot, and I don't eat hamburger buns a lot. Sometimes I'll have half a bun, but I love like the bagel thins. I like to use those as my hamburger buns, like a half one. So that's,
How
I just
many
don't eat it.
yellows do you get a day?
Me, I get 2.
Yeah, me too. So you use
I
one
know.
on liquor and one on the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's okay. I mean, and sometimes I'll have oatmeal and put my Shakeology in my oatmeal. So I'll use a yellow for that. So it just depends on the day. But yeah. So, but I'm always looking for things that I can add to my alcohol to make it tastier and last longer so that I don't fill up on it. But this one doesn't seem to be as good as this one, because this one has stevia leaf extract, and it's 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and 0 protein. So what's the difference obviously between the stevia leaf is obviously better than the cane sugar and the sucralose, I would imagine.
Right, yeah. So there's different types of stevia too. There's whole leaf stevia extract, which is the best.
That's what this is.
Okay. And then there's just stevia extract, which is a little, I think it's more toward an alcohol sugar. I don't know, Bev, is that right?
I'm sorry, what did you just say? The last thing.
There's a stevia extract too, and I think that's more toward like an alcohol sugar type, like an erythritol type.
Well, I mean, either way, like if you don't actually have the actual leaf itself, then I mean, it's either way, I think it's going to hit your system the same. I mean, okay, so yes, stevia is a natural occurring ingredient, which is no matter like, so it's not a sciencey experiment that your body has to decide what it needs to do with, but at the same time, it's still going to be a sugar that like a lot of the a lot of the artificial sweeteners, the reason why that they can be so bad, other than all the chemical aspects, is that they're so much sweeter than regular sugar. They're kind of like, they're just so sweet for your body that they still cause the same type of reaction as regular sugar. And
You're saying the extract, the stevia leaf extract causes the same reaction?
Yeah, like any type of, like I have this is sweet leaf stevia, and it is organic stevia leaf extract.
Yeah, that's what's in this one too.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still going to have the same reaction as like sugar in your body.
So it's no better than just eating the same amount of sugar, basically.
What's
the
the
calories
difference?
are less. The calories.
Yeah,
are-
there's no calories. It's a no calorie sweet.
Yeah, I've always wondered that too, like the effect on your brain of having the hit of sugar, if it
Yes.
matters toward your cravings and stuff, like it's because you're still getting that sweet hit, and
Yes.
it makes me, you know what I mean? So maybe that's
Correct.
why diet soda didn't cure our obesity problem.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's, I mean,
think
that's
you can
exactly
still-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still end up having that same reaction, but the difference is that a lot of the processed sugars that we have are very processed. And the more processed they are, the harder your body has to work to process them and to get rid of them. So when they're naturally occurring, then it's so like real maple syrup and you know, organic coconut sugar and, you know, date sugar, those types of sugars your body can get rid of a little bit easier, but you're still going to go through the sugar cycle. So yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if that helps you. It's still a better choice. It is a better choice than going for a processed sugar,
Right.
ultimately.
I mean,
If you're
also,
looking,
yeah, the best choice is going to be no sweeteners.
Yes.
A seltzer with your liquor,
Yeah.
and throw in some lime juice or lemon juice, or, you know, a piece of fruit that gives it some essence.
right.
Yes.
But I mean, and it's also what you can recognize and say, okay, that's probably because I just took the stevia in and I'm really not that hungry if I just drink some water and it'll pass. This too shall pass. but no, I mean, so that's kind of what to look at it that way. Like, am I really hungry, or am I just on the crave cycle from having some sugar
Gotcha.
or some sweetener?
It's interesting. I don't notice that now. I'll have to like recognize, but I don't think that I get a sugar craving after I drink it. But I don't know. I'll have to see. So
And you might not, because it might not be enough of something to trigger for you.
okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to see.
And everybody's different. You know, that's
Yeah, everybody handles and your body reacts differently, and yeah, it definitely reacts and processes different foods differently, which is why we have
He's feeling no
that
pain
and
from the alcohol.
what was that?
You're feeling no
feeling
pain
no
from the alcohol, so you
Yeah.
don't realize it's happening with the
I don't
food.
drink that much.
Like every week you're bringing alcohol things.
I don't have any alcohol with it though. It's just the mixers.
In the room with you. The alcohol's in the
Yeah, and my
other room.
Energize.
there you go.
No, so I have another one. So I have Famous Dave's signature spicy pickle spears that my mom brought over. So she loves pickles. And I was like, oh, these are really good. And so I looked at the back and it has 5 grams of sugar in it. I'm like, what? Per serving. And it's high fructose corn syrup, which is the second ingredient. I was like, Mom, these aren't very good for you. And she's like, what are you talking about? My mom is a total health nut, like hippie health nut to the core. You know, grows all of her own food and everything. And so I had to point out to her that these were horrible for her because it has the high fructose corn syrup in it.
They're
But
more like a sometimes pickle, not an all the
yeah, I mean, I love the spiciness of them because I love spicy things, but I was just surprised that it had, I mean, like, come on, why do you need to put high fructose corn syrup in my pickles? That's,
and everybody will want to keep eating them and then go buy
There
more.
you go.
yeah.
There you go, right?
Well, I
That's
did. They're all
exactly
gone.
right.
They're all
Everything.
gone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it's processed food as sugar.
You just need to get yourself some pickles and get yourself some really hot peppers and stick them in the pickles and put them in the refrigerator and come back to them a month later.
Okay.
They'll be just as fantastic.
Okay. I do need to make my own because it makes me mad that they add sugar to things like that,
Yeah.
especially like high
Mhm.
fructose. Like it really
Yeah.
doesn't need the sugar. Like
Yeah, and a lot of people like that spicy sweet too. So,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and Miss Dave's, I'm sure their barbecue sauce is also pretty sweet, and
Oh yeah.
kind of the way
It is.
they do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's hard to find
actually,
barbecue sauce without sugar in it, for sure.
right,
Yeah.
Stubbs, I think Stubbs
Yep.
has like
Stubbs does,
natural.
yeah, no sugar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Primal Kitchen
Yeah.
is pretty good.
What is?
Primal Kitchen.
Oh, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I've had their mayo before. But I mean, honestly, actually sugar counteracts the heat. That's like the whole entire idea of like when you're eating chips and salsa and you have the margarita on the side, that's like, it is. It's like the opposites. You're getting the heat from the salsa and the sweet from the margarita, and it like cuts it.
Really?
And you can just keep going.
Yep, and you can just keep going with both. You're just like,
It takes it back.
That's bad.
that's me right there. Like,
It's
keep
also
going.
like,
Oh.
Make all the bad decisions.
so does anybody have any more labels or questions? Oh yeah, go ahead,
I
Marianne.
do. Okay, well, first let's start with one of the labels. I didn't want to get up, but I pulled it up on my phone. This is your dehydrated fruit. So my husband got this box. There we go.
Ugly.
He got a box.
Hmm.
It's called I'm Ugly, 100% upcycled peaches. He got a box of snacks. His work sends him, like, they'll do happy hours and they send like bottles of wine and like all these like random snacks. Basically think of like somebody raiding the mini bar at the Ritz-Carlton of all their snacks and then mailing it to you. Cause it's like really obscure things, but really like interesting. And this was in one of the boxes and I was like, this is fantastic. They're just peaches that have been dehydrated. And I really get excited about peaches, in case you couldn't tell. And so on the back, the ingredients is peaches. That's it.
Awesome. That's
However,
good. Start.
yeah. So we've got a total, the serving size is a 1/4 cup, which is a bit aggressive because it just seems like a lot, but they're so small. They're just like, they're literally in pieces. And so like I was eating them by the handful, which is probably more than a 1/4 cup now that I think about it. But anyways, so a 1/4 cup is 110 calories, 25 grams of sugar, of total carbohydrates, 3 grams of dietary fiber, and 16 total grams of sugar, which is a lot, but I'm assuming it's because it was in the peaches. 2 grams of protein and 0.5 grams of total fat and 5 milligrams of sodium. So it's not too bad, but I would rather have the peach.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
they're
not
not in
too
season
bad.
right now. So
Yeah, as long as you can control your portion, it's not too bad, right? Because then you do get some fiber in it and it's a nice treat.
right. Yep. And when it's gone, I'm not ordering it, even though I did pull it up and I was like, oh, I can order a subscription. How convenient. Yeah, I'm not
But
doing that.
they're
What
saving
is it called again?
ugly peaches. You need to get more so you can save the ugly peaches.
Right. It's by a company called The Ugly Company, and they're in Kingsburg, California. And it says, hello, I'm ugly. And it's 100% upcycled peaches. And they have like other ones too. They have upcycled kiwis that have been dehydrated, apricots, white nectarines, etc. So basically they take all of the ugly fruit and they dehydrate it. And it's apparently a small company in California.
I didn't think peaches were ugly.
It's a good market.
I don't think so.
To get those.
It really
Apricots,
is.
peaches
Apricots,
that
they're
are-
cute.
No, it's the ugliness is the fact that they have spots or have something that they can't go to a regular market. So then they use it in a way that they can still use it. So they would have been thrown away. or
Oh, I
discarded
see.
some way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like
Oh.
the
I just dropped the
imperfect,
link.
what? Oh, you dropped the
Yes.
link. It's like
I
the
dropped the
imperfect
link in the
fruits.
chat. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And
And
then,
then the next question I had, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, this was like totally off of the peaches, but the one question I had was that I bought sourdough bread this week from the bakery and the grocery store. And I looked on the Ultimate Portion Fix under the yellow section and it wasn't listed. And then I was like on this like Google spree and it still wasn't listed, but I had heard previously from a friend of mine who's like a dietitian. She was like, sourdough is actually a really good bread for you. So I don't know if you could give any insight as to why it's not listed. I'm only eating like, I've had like one slice out of the whole like loaf that I got, but I'm not like housing it in my spare time, just for clarity purposes. So I didn't know if you could offer any insight as to why it's not listed. And is it like, am I just imagining this?
No, I
Like-
mean, it's a fiber content issue. So they're not going to list things that don't have a decent amount of fiber. That's why it's whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta. I don't, sourdoughs, it's kind of like a fermented food to some extent, but I don't know like how much it really benefits you later after it's baked. Do you know anything about that, Bev? I don't know if it's like that big of a deal.
Yeah,
after.
I don't know. I don't know that it's necessarily, yeah. I mean, I would think that the enzymes that are causing it to be soured would be kind of like baked out.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like all of the other fermented foods need to be, refrigerated and kept at a cooler temperature. So then to think that the baking process wouldn't kill that fermentation. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It'd be interesting to hear, if you can ask your friend, like if she has any insight in it, but the reason it wouldn't be on the list is just fiber. And so there could be some sourdoughs that have enough fiber. There's a lot of whole wheat breads or whole grain or whatever they want to call them that don't have enough fiber. They just, make it look really pretty on the marketing on the front, and the back label is not an equivalent. So yeah, I just see if you can get some nutritional information, because then it's a fine choice.
There was none
Yeah, well,
on the back of it.
I've heard that the same thing. So it's not like it's not a new thing to me, but yeah, I've heard that sourdough is.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was like I could just turn it over, but there's nothing there. It's like sourdough bread by Publix Bakery. I'm like, this isn't helpful.
They might be able to provide it for you at the bakery. They probably can, in fact, because I'm sure they have a listing somewhere. They just may not put it on their labels. But I bet if you ask, if you really, you know what I mean, if you're curious, I bet they could give you information.
Yeah, they probably, yes. They have to have an ingredients somewhere. They have to have a list of their ingredients in order for it to even be produced. So,
It's probably a secret.
yeah, but now with all
Proprietary
of the different, with all the different food allergies and stuff, I feel like they have to, they have to actually have the listed ingredients at some place that they can refer to in order to be able to tell you whether or not it has some, a certain ingredient or something. They might they're not going to be able to give you the recipe, but
yeah, well, they don't have to worry about me making sourdough bread. That moment has passed, if it had ever arisen. Pun intended, I guess, at this point. So I did find the nutritional value. 2 ounces is a serving size, 150 calories. Sodium is 290 milligrams. Total carbs, 30 grams. Dietary fiber, 1 gram. That's aggressive. Protein is 5 grams. And it says it's enriched flour, wheat flour, malted barley, niacin, a bunch of other things: water, wheat flour, yeast, salt, malt, cornstarch, more things. I think I should just throw this out because I don't even want to give it to the ducks. And contains wheat. So cool. I'll be buying Dave's Killer Bread this weekend.
Well,
Can't wait.
It's very typical of a regular white bread, that 1 to 30 ratio. So it's an equivalent to eating like a white bread. I mean, you might have a few more things in there, but.
Now, you very well may be able to find an actual person that bakes sourdough bread that has a good, really quality bread that is not using enriched flour, and that's using actually whole grain wheat flour, and it might be a little bit better. But if you really like to have the sourdough flavor, you might be able to do that. But
just really not that committed. I was like, oh, this would be fantastic with like a hummus sandwich toasted or whatever. Yeah, no,
Then
all right, we're good.
Dave's Killer Bread. I like the red label on Dave's. I like the thin slice red label.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to find my way back to Dave's Killer Bread this weekend. So thank you for that. This has just been opened up a whole new world. There we go.
I'm glad we could help. All right, so we're at 6, and Kim had asked if anybody tried Barukas, which is a nut that comes out of the is it Brazil, Central America? I can't remember now.
It's Darren Olean's company.
And I think they had more protein, but they were still going to be a blue, if I remember right.
Yeah, they were good.
So-
And they're supposed to be, you know, good for the environment, sustainable and everything.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Where did you get them?
I ordered online. Let's see if I can find the link.
If you just, if you even just search Darren or Baruka, he'll pop it right up. And now that we've talked about it, it's
Cool.
probably going to be on your Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Can't wait.
I will have it out
So
in
true.
a few days.
It's just barukas.com.
Okay. Cool.
But they
I've heard-
sound good.
I actually had one. I've had one.
Someone would only share one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah. Yeah. It was, years ago. So I can't even remember. I remember them being pretty decent. I remember it tasting good. I don't remember it being like, oh my gosh, that's the best nut ever. But I do know that, and I think that they have different nutritional value. Or nutritional micronutrients,
So
different micronutrients.
I can tell you guys what it says. Best on calories, 25% fewer fat calories than other nuts. Best on protein, 6 grams with all essential aminos. Antioxidants 3 times higher than the most popular nuts. Highest fiber, more than any other nut, and top micronutrients loaded with magnesium. So that's their self. They're expensive. That's the only reason I didn't keep getting it, because everybody in my family liked them. And the only other bad thing was I thought they looked like bugs. So like I had a sensation of eating bugs when I ate them. So
Oh, that's funny.
but very healthy for you. And like I said, I think they're sustainable in some way too. Good for the planet, they claim. So
That's
Amazon.
insane. Did you say they're on Amazon?
I said, can you get them on Amazon?
I don't know. I just went to barukas.com.
I think it's just his site right now.
Gotcha.
I think
Oh,
you
you can
might
get
be
them
able
in
to.
chocolate.
Yes, you can.
Mhm.
And he has like a mixed too. I think he has like a trail mix or something like that
Yeah,
with
we
them in
tried
there.
the trail.
Mhm.
We tried the trail mix too. It was different. It was a little bit different, but good. But
Oh.
now look at Baruka's butter.
That you can get them on Amazon. Lily.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought
Wow.
you could.
There.
Lily will
But I
have
don't.
it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only come with chocolate though, it looks like.
That's
But-
just something you're gonna have to suffer through, I guess. You know,
I have to support my superhero, Darren.
right?
Yeah, I don't know that Darren actually, I guess he probably gets some of a kickback through Amazon, but I know that, I don't know, Amazon is they're shady. They're shady on who they, like how much money people actually make when they sell on Amazon. Amazon keeps a lot of money.
It's interesting. So the one that you just showed me, Deanna.
Yeah.
For 1/4 of a cup, it's 10 grams of fat. It's 12 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, and 6 protein. So, and 140 calories.
So it's
For a
almost
1/4
like
of
a
a cup.
half a red and a blue or something, or a half a blue and a half a red, or
Yeah, because it does have a good amount of protein,
yeah,
and it doesn't have a huge amount of carbs
right.
to the fiber. So
There's a comparison of it with all the other nuts. I'll put it in our, where should I put it? I can't seem to attach a picture here,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I can put it in one of the groups so you can see how it compares to macadamia and almonds, peanuts, cashews. And
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
put
great.
it in the 2021 one.
At a time.
Okay, I'll put it there.
All right, you guys. Well, I don't want to hold you too long here. Some of you have to get to bed. I gotta go make dinner.
Me.
Ed.
Everybody,
Night, guys.
we take a picture.
Bye.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
picture.
picture,
Wait,
Okay, I
wait,
heard somebody else.
picture.
All right, please. Okay, nice work. All right, you guys, it was good to see you.
Who
Perfect.
posted this picture? I didn't see last week's.
Oh, well, I'll have to put it in somewhere. So I don't think I put the picture in. I just put the recording in our group. I'll put the picture in too,
Okay,
and you can see it. And everybody wear your
Oh,
green
goodness,
tomorrow.
excuse me.
okay.
Green.
Thank you,
try.
Dina.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's tomorrow? What did I miss?
Cardio.
We're
Tomorrow.
Your
Funky Friday.
Funky Friday tomorrow, so all green.
Oh.
And
It's
next
St.
Friday,
Patrick's Day.
Right.
Just some green.
Some green.
Don't
And
have all
post your
green.
pretty selfie.
oh no, you're not gonna paint your face and do your hair. I mean, you already got your green hair, so you're good to go.
If somebody has a green wig, you have to. You just have to wear that.
I know.
Do you have a green wig?
No.
Melanie does.
Oh, yeah.
Melanie has
Yeah.
one.
I need to message her daughter and say, hey, make sure your mom wears her wig tomorrow.
Mhm. And Lily needs to share the striped leggings on Amazon because I've been on Amazon like this entire call trying to find some dang leggings.
There you go. So
Oh, yeah, Lily, share that so we
and
can all
Lily,
get them.
maybe comment in the groups, then people know it's stripes next week. And then we can share the links for where you get striped.
Okay,
Perfect.
we're all gonna have the same leggings. That'll be perfect.
Yes.
I've already
That's okay.
here's a striped legging, so I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you have the cute ones too. You have
It's
ones
the
that I've
cave-
actually
the
wanted.
caviar ones. I love them.
Yes, exactly. I just can't. I want to, but I can't.
Harder
It's hard
than
to pull the trigger, but they're worth it. And they've lasted me years. Like I've had them 3 and 4 years.
Do you people know each other in real life? Do you live near?
Well, so
No.
Oh,
not close enough.
some of us have been in groups together for years, and a lot of it's just through this, and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lily
Yeah.
is here on the West Coast, so we see each other once a quarter when it's when the world is
COVID.
open. And then sometimes once a year as coaches, we see each other, at Summit. So, but we haven't
So,
been for 2 years.
Are you the only coach here, Dina?
No, so Sue and Kim and Robin, Lily, and Bev are all coaches.
Oh, wow.
We do our nutrition call with all the groups so that
Oh,
people
oh,
can
okay.
join in as they want to.
Okay.
And it's always excellent information.
We try.
Okay. All right. I thank you so much. We'll see you
All
next
right, you
week.
guys, we'll see you later. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye.